Some exciting news from Scarlet and Violet. Today we are going to preview the new cards that have been released. Let's jump right in. It's time for a new era. Pokémon TCG Japan has released 2 sets that kick off Generation 9 and bring Paldean Pokémon and Trainers to the Pokémon TCG for the first time. These 2 sister sets are Scarlet EX and Violet EX. These sets, as well as 3 60-card starter set EX decks, will be the basis of the English language set Scarlet and Violet, coming out internationally on March 31st, 2023. Starting with these sets, English language versions of the sets will now more closely mirror Japanese expansions using silver borders and set codes instead of set symbols. Scarlet EX and Violet EX also see the return of the original lowercase EX card type, as well as the debut of the terrestrial EX card type that will replace Vs and VMAX as ultra rares. Today we take a look at more new Paldean species that have arrived in Pokémon TCG. First up we have Pawmot. The Pawmi line has 4 entries in the Violet EX. We have previously shown a few, but let's go over all of the artist contributions as we show off the combination of the line, which is of course the holographic Pawmot. First we have 2 Pawmi cards with illustrations by Kentaro and Tika Matsuno. It is Saya Tsuruta who evolves Pawmi up to Pawmo, the middle stage of this evolutionary line. Then the card pictured previously is the final form, Pawmot, which gets this electrifying holographic card by Mizu. Note that not only does Pawmot also get the holo, but an illustration rare from Koki Sato, which we spotlighted in an earlier piece, as well as one of the stamped SV Black Star promos that can be found in pre-release kits with artwork from Ghidorah. A really adorable Pokemon, so cute. I'm still trying to get my Pawmot in my Switch game, but definitely a cute Pokemon if you are collecting the cutes. Next up we have a big and funny looking crab, Clorf. I love how Scarlet and Violet is throwing us in at the deep end of Paldea by giving chase cards to new species while also helping the transition ease along with art rares and EX cards for classic Pokemon as well. The balance is a delicate one, but it works quite beautifully. Mina Nakai illustrates this Clorf art rare, which shows the new rock-type Paldean Pokemon in a pack climbing along a stony structure. Nakai has been with the Pokemon TCG since the special set Generations, contributing cards such as Helioptile from Sword and Shield Fusion Strike and Electivire art rare from Crown Zenith. This looks like quite an interesting little crab, and what makes it even more interesting is the fact that it is actually a fighting type Pokemon. Let's get to know Clorf better by reading its dex entries from the Scarlet and Violet games. Clorf hangs upside down from cliffs waiting for prey, but Clorf can't remain in this position for long because its blood rushes to its head. This Pokemon lives on sheer cliffs. It sidesteps opponents' attacks, then lunges for their weak spots with its claws. Quite an interesting little fella. Next up we have a Pokemon that has kind of pulled a fast one on me, and that is Wiglet and Wugtrio. The Wiglet line, believe it or not, and I kind of don't, has no relation to Diglett. That doesn't make sense, aside from obviously being water Diglett. Let's take a look at the dex entries for the line, which appears in the TCG for the first time in Scarlet EX. Wiglet. This Pokemon can pick up the scent of a Veluza just over 65 feet away and will hide itself in the sand. I noticed these little wormy things sticking out, and the moment I try to get close enough to catch it, it disappears. So if you guys have any tips how to catch it in Scarlet and Violet, please drop a comment down below, because I haven't been able to catch one yet. Anyway, though it looks like Wiglet is an entirely different species. The resemblance seems to be a coincidental result of environmental adaptation. Okay, Wiglet gets one of the first ever art rares of the Scarlet and Violet era. Illustrator Yu Iribi depicts a highly detailed, gorgeous underwater scene showing Wiglet rising out of a patch of sand as other water-type species are swept towards it in a massive wave. We have appearances from Lovedisc, Marini, Scralp, Psyduck, Shelder, Slowpoke, and potentially even more. Let us know in the comments if you find any other Pokemon hiding in this beautiful, intricate art rare. I must say, taking that Pokemon for what it is quite a beautiful card. I have to give it to you. And then its evolution, Wugtrio. It goes even weirder and makes it red. I don't get it. It has a vicious temperament. Ah, there's the red. Contrary to what its appearance may suggest, it wraps its long bodies around prey, then drags the prey into its den. A variety of fish Pokemon, Wugtrio was once considered to be a regional form of Dugtrio. So quite a scary little bugger. Not going near that. One of my favorites from the new set, Iron Threads. As we discussed in the previews of the standard Iron Threads EX, this is a paradox Pokemon. This kind of Pokemon is a relative of a modern species from either the distant future or the distant past. Iron Threads is of course a Donphin relative from the distant future. This special art rare by Kaichiro Ito leans into the futuristic aspects of Iron Threads here with an image that could easily be the cover of an intense sci-fi novel, and that totally hits the spot. It is a beautiful artwork and you definitely get the futuristic vibes if you look at it. Ito has been with Pokemon TCG since Sun and Moon Unified Minds, contributing memorable cards, including perhaps the definitive card of the entire Sword and Shield era, the Umbreon VMAX alternate art from Evolving Skies. I think this is also called the Moonbreon, Sparky. Okay, so definitely I guess 90% of collectors chase cards in Evolving Skies, which is of course hectic difficult to get your hands on. This card will thankfully be nowhere near as high in value as that Umbreon when it comes to the secondary market. Some exciting cards to look forward to in this new era of Pokemon TCG. Let us know what your chase card is going to be, or are you less of a shiny type and more of the usable cards? Let us know whatever your choice is. But before you go, don't forget to give us a like, hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell. That one's quite important too, to get the updates when our next videos come out. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one. Cheers.